written in any way of like things I would like when you have to do this, and it like is him basically being like, I'd suck dick to do that.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Houston. We have a podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about looking forward to 2019 and movies that we're looking forward to.
Even though we're a month in to 2019.
We could have recorded this a month ago. So yeah, we're going to throw out some random questions to our guests here about some movies that we're looking forward to, maybe some casting or movie announcements that are going to happen throughout the year. And then we're also going to do a bit of a random segment where we talk about a dream we had recently, and we're going to pitch it in the form of a movie. So hopefully you're looking forward to that.
I just had an idea.
Okay.
Let's make this a drinking game. Every time someone does some blank, you take a shot.
Oh no. There's also a bottle of whiskey with us here.
No, this is wrong.
I'm in big trouble.
I'll figure it out. We'll start the game later.
Okay, how about we do it like person specific? Like when I talk about a movie that's too artsy that no one understands. Or when Jory talks about anything Marvel related when we're not talking about something Marvel related.
I take the shot, or all three of you take the shot?
No,
we'll figure it out.
I don't think I have that enough rum for that.
And Paulo, whenever he brings up A Quiet Place or a shitty movie, trying to say that it's good.
I'm gonna get so drunk.
Friday night.
Okay, fine. It doesn't have to be a shot. You just drink whatever you're drinking.
Nehal, what do you not need to say?
If Nehal, I don't know, pick something.
If Nehal hasn't said anything in a while, just make him drink.
If you're silent for more than 2 minutes, you take a drink. Wait, then that makes him silent longer.
I feel like with enough drinking, we'll get there.
Okay.
That's a pretty good opportunity to introduce our two guests here today. So two guys who have been on the episodes before, Jory and Nehal. Nehal, you were here for the Apocalypse episode that we did. And Jory, you were here for our sports movies episode where you won our sports movies challenge.
Former champion, yes.
Former champion. Putting the title belt on, even though we're not having any competitions here.
Still sour about that.
I am also sorry about that.
I'm shocked to be back, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we weren't sure if we would ever have you back. No, I'm just kidding.
So we're going to start the episode as we usually do, just by talking about some movies that we've seen recently that we want to talk about. So Paulo, how about you start out?
Recently seen, right?
Yeah, just something you've seen relatively recently.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've recently watched The Catcher Was a Spy on Netflix. I shout out Netflix. That should have been my thing, actually, every time I shout out Netflix. But it stars Paul Rudd, and that's pretty much the only reason why I watch it. Actually, two things. Paul Rudd, and it's a World War II period piece about this baseball catcher who was a spy in World War II because he's like really smart. It's based on a true story. You've never heard of this catcher before, have you?
I'm a big baseball guy. I have no idea. I couldn't name you a former MLB player who also served.
Can someone look it up while I'm talking? But
have you also seen Confessions of a Dangerous Mind?
No.
Where Sam Rockwell plays a TV game show host who is apparently hired by the CIA to be an assassin?
No.
It's fantastic.
Okay. Well, I mean, I fairly enjoyed this movie, so I might watch that one. But yeah, just because of my weird obsession with Paul Rudd, I watched this. And it was interesting, but like I wouldn't recommend it because nothing really happens in the end. I guess they stayed too true to the story. What's his name? Oh, I thought you were looking it up. Sorry.
I will look this up.
Okay. But yeah, basically, should I spoil it?
Go ahead.
Well, it's true. It's based on true events. It's a whole thing about like he's like secretly gay and he uses that somehow. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But basically, he goes to Nazi Germany to find this guy who's making they're not sure if he's making a hydrogen bomb or not. So it's like up to him to decide if he is, because he's like a scientist. And then if he thinks that he is, then he has to kill him. But if he doesn't think that he is, then he leaves him alone.
So he's a gay CIA scientist baseball catcher?
Yes.
Later on a coach.
There you go. What's
His name is Mo Berg.
Mo Berg. Yeah.
He might also be Jewish. It sounds like one for the team.
Sure. Yeah. And basically, and because like he was a catcher, he could tell like when people were gonna steal the base. So that's why he could read people, and that's a point that's brought up in the movie.
I can confirm he was Jewish.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Anyways, I've spoken too long on this movie where nothing really happens. Spoiler alert: he doesn't kill the guy because he reads him and he's like, "I don't think he was making a bomb," and then that's the end. Anyways, that's my movie.
Nehal, what about you?
So the last movie I watched was Glass by Night Shyamalan,
Don't
which
spoil it.
surprisingly was a very interesting movie, and I didn't expect it from M. Night Shyamalan because for reasons. But I was
He's had
really
trouble
excited.
lately.
I was really excited by the whole idea of casting villains, superheroes, and really found it interesting, especially with the superhero movie culture that we have right now. It was just a fresh take on superhero movies.
That's fair.
No more spoilers.
Yeah, I thought it was very similar to Unbreakable in the sense of like, here's something in the superhero genre that kind of is very aware it's a superhero movie and is aware of what the genre is, but does different things. And so for that reason alone, I thought it was worth seeing. It wasn't like the most amazing thing ever, but I was like, oh yeah, that was good.
One of my friends absolutely hated it, but I was so
I
curious.
honestly, if anyone tells me they absolutely hate it, it's one of those movies where I'm like, yeah,
I understand.
I get it.
I understand.
Jory, how about you?
We're in the midst of a polar vortex right now, so I've been spending a lot of time indoors with a lot of Netflix. Shout out Netflix.
Yeah.
Hollow drink.
All right.
So I watched recently a couple documentaries. One is the two that everyone's talking about, the Fire Festival documentary, as well as the 4-part series on Ted Bundy. Not really in the similar genre of documentaries. I did really enjoy the Fire Festival documentary because it left me outwardly questioning scene after scene what was really happening there, how can someone be so stupid, and how did this actually happen. The Ted Bundy documentaries to me were really interesting, little creepy obviously, but taught me a lot about one of history's prominent serial killers that I didn't know much about, so I'd recommend both.
Is that the one where Zac Efron's playing him?
No. So this was just like a 4-part docu-series going over like the history and interviewing one potential victim who got away and sort of just telling the story of who Ted Bundy was, how he went about his reign of terror, how he was caught, sort of the legal proceedings around it. I believe like the Zac Efron is just like a biopic movie that's being worked on. And I guess Ted Bundy was considered handsome by women, so hence Zac Efron.
And charismatic and like charming and
Yeah, it was really weird. Like there was a couple scenes where they'd interview like women, obviously historical footage, like interviewing women at the courthouse who basically were like, "Yeah, I showed up because Ted Bundy's hot," and they're like, "Well, you know what he's done?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's still hot."
Yeah, like there was actually one of the victims or someone who had suffered something of one of his things back in the day who was, someone asked her about like, how do you feel about Zac Efron? And she's like, yeah, like if you want to give an accurate portrayal of him, you need someone like a Zac Efron to play him, which is weird, but it's like you got to tell it accurately.
Sure.
It's like a compliment to Zac Efron or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like it's saying that like his charm is part
Yeah,
of
but that's how we did it.
Yeah.
Like he manipulated people because he was so charming.
Well, let's hope Zac Efron's not a method actor.
Well done.
So I watched a Japanese movie called Shoplifters.
Drink.
I knew that was coming. But anyway, I watched a movie where it's hard to describe, but it's essentially about a family of borderline homeless people who start, like, they get by through life by shoplifting and, like, stealing stuff. And they also kind of borderline shoplift children by adopting them into their family. And it was kind of like a nice, charming family drama that turned into, like, everyone is terrible. I think it got nominated for foreign film at the Oscars, so I was pretty stoked about that. But yeah, I'm just trying to give shout outs to foreign movies at TIFF because I want you to go watch them every once in a while.
What's it called again?
Shoplifters?
Shoplifters.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds familiar actually.
Yeah, just got announced for Best Foreign Film and it's been playing there for a little while. I'm trying to see all the Best Foreign Films because TIFF has been playing them this year, and they also... Actually, I'll shout that out at the end of the episode. Let's move on. So for our first segment here, we're going to be talking about... We have just a few questions about things happening in 2019 that we want to talk about. Probably some of these are going to be your big blockbuster movies and maybe a few other questions as well. So I'm going to jump into it with I know something that is on the mind of both of our guests here. Reading this year's superhero movies, there are a ton of them. This year, we have 3 movies from Marvel: Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Captain Marvel. From DC, we only have one, which is Shazam, which I was actually surprised. I thought there was going to be more. From the X-Men world, we have Dark Phoenix and New Mutants. And then, oh, sorry.
Wait, did you say DC? Shazam is DC?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
How did...
No wonder.
So
it
Shazam
looked
used to be
weird.
called Captain Marvel, which was a DC, still a DC property. But then it was Captain, or Marvel made their own Captain Marvel, and so they had to change the name to Shazam. But yeah, Shazam is in the DC universe.
So like not the Shaq Shazam?
Not the Shaq Shazam.
Damn it.
Because yeah, there is Superman and Batman in the Shazam trailer. Not the actual characters, but references to them.
Wow.
And I misspoke,
But
there's a second DC movie, Joker.
But
with
it's so
Joaquin Phoenix.
happy.
I know, they're going in that direction now. They're copying. And then Hellboy is the 8th one. So, of those 8, which are your top 3 that you're most looking forward to this year?
I'll lead off. Big Marvel fanboy here myself, so those 3 in particular is what I'm most stoked for. If I had to rank those 3 in order, I would go with Endgame, Avengers obviously, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man Far From Home. So a little bit out of order from how they're going to be released. To me, I'm very interested to see where these films will fall into on the Marvel timeline specifically. There's a lot of fan theories specifically where Spider-Man starts in comparison to the timeline. Captain Marvel, I'm really excited to see Brie Larson portray that role and what they make that character into. I know that she's signed on for 6 movies, I think.
What?
So, yeah, so...
They're really trying to make her be like the new...
The
Iron
new
Man.
leader, the
Yeah.
new captain, right?
Because
So,
once
like,
they kill off all the other ones, I mean,
yeah, well, and exactly, there, that takes me to Endgame. So, like, what we all saw Infinity War, I'm sure everyone listening did too. So, like, where is that going to pick up? How are they going to bring people back? I know that's something we'll probably get to later in the podcast. So, a little sneak preview. But for me, like, the 3 Marvel ones are what I'm most looking forward to. Dark Phoenix, I love X-Men, so, like, that'll be interesting. But to me, the Marvel ones are really what.
So while you mentioned it, what's your theory on Spider-Man? Like where it's going to take place?
So in my opinion, and obviously a little bit of internet deep diving, I was a little lonely the other night and went through a bit of a wormhole article after article. Maybe that's a bit too much information for the podcast. However,
What kind of articles?
little self-help, little Marvel theories, anyways. So there's some talk about when we see Spider-Man in Infinity War, the first time we see him is he's on the school bus. And then he looks out the window and sees stuff going down. So,
I've been saying this.
so
I
the
said this.
internet believes that scene is basically the end of Far From Home. Basically his return from the school trip or whatnot that they are taking. And to me that makes a lot of sense because it can't fall after Infinity War because it comes out, I think, before Endgame, correct? Far From
No,
Home?
after.
After? So it'd be a little strange to me to like go through the whole Endgame plot and then be like, here's Spider-Man Far From Home.
So it's kind of like the Rogue One of the Marvel universe.
Oh no!
Drink.
Okay, we're gonna get back to some of that. So Nehal, what about you? What are your 3 most looking forward to?
So my 3 biggest movies I'm looking forward to. The first one is Joker. I'm a big fan of the whole Batman series, but the most intriguing thing is Joker, and especially the whole origin story of the Joker. The Joker is one of the most interesting characters because his backstory as a villain is very complicated. There's no definitive arc, but I'm very intrigued by. Is it Joaquin or Hawkqueen? How do you pronounce it?
Joaquin.
What?
I think it's Joaquin.
I thought
Joaquin.
What did I say
You said
before?
something else.
Yeah, you said something totally
Joaquin.
different.
I'll edit that out.
You said
Yeah.
Joaquin.
I'm very intrigued by Joaquin Phoenix's like role. Like, how is he gonna play it? Is he gonna be that moody guy who suddenly turns into a psychotic, crazy person, or is the Joker just gonna be this guy who's been tortured by the system?
So do you think they're not gonna screw it up?
I don't know. I don't know. It would be interesting. Like Joaquin Phoenix is this sad comedian that just has a bad day, which is Joker's whole plot theme. It's like one bad day, so it's interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Did you hear that theory where Joaquin Phoenix might not actually be the Joker?
What?
I'm okay with that, honestly. So DC has started with an approach to movies where they're calling it the Elseworlds, where it's essentially here's a one-off movie that's just inspired by what's happening. They recently had this in animated form with Batman Ninja, and they also had Batman something. There was like a who's the butcher from back in the day?
Butcher?
England, serial killer, famous serial killer.
Oh, Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper, yeah. So
Batman and Jack the Ripper?
they did Batman versus Jack the Ripper.
Oh, Gotham Gaslight.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
that's what it's called.
And so they've just started doing these one-off stories where it's like it doesn't need like they've openly said they don't care about the universe anymore. They just care about one-off stories that are good. And so like I'm totally okay with them doing whatever they want with that character as long as it's a good story.
And they did something similar in the new spin-off show Gotham, where they started off with this psychotic serial killer supposed to be Joker, but then it wasn't Joker. And then his twin brother ended up being like this mastermind Joker, but he's not really Joker. So I think it kind of supports that whole theory that Joker doesn't need to be this one person.
That's a really good point. It's very interesting, but we don't talk about TV shows here.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about what because I've never watched a TV show, but what I didn't like about it was that it was always kind of more of a is he the Joker or isn't he? It's more about like the question than it is about telling the story. Whereas like with a 1-2 hour movie, you can just tell a good story.
Oh.
Also, Todd Phillips, I think, really good potential in terms of dark comedy. He did the Hangover trilogy. And it's like you could kind of tell he didn't want to do like that shitty humor. He wanted to like go into dark places. And there was also a movie in the 80s with Robert De Niro where he played a comedian who kind of had a bad day and just went to like a dark place. I think it was called King of Comedy. I might be getting the title wrong. Anyway, it was really good.
I thought it was going to be Taxi Driver.
No, but it kind of followed that like arc. So I'm really looking forward to that. That is also my number one that I'm looking forward to. So sorry, did you
What are
do
your
the top
other
three?
ones?
I had two other movies. So the second movie I'm really looking forward to was Shazam, just because I didn't have much hopes for the DC universe, but then I felt like Aquaman kind of redeemed it for me.
You
And
liked Aquaman?
I liked
I
Aquaman.
also liked it.
I liked Aquaman just because it had, unlike most DC movies, which are so morbid, it had like its moments of humor, moments of action, moments of like creepy.
And it's hard not to like, what's his face?
Momoa?
Yeah.
But I think
Minnie the Rock?
And
Yeah.
Django Fett.
Jango Fett.
and I think Zachary Levi, who's I think gonna play Shazam, it would be a good choice. He was in Chuck, which is another TV series.
Drink.
Cardinal Sin.
I don't know what that is.
But the next movie I'm looking forward to is Avengers Endgame, just to bring it all together. And to add to what you said, Jory, I think it's actually, I have a different theory, that Spider-Man happened after
Interesting.
Endgame,
Okay.
which I
What?
can explain a theory
Wait.
about as we go
Oh.
about it later.
Okay, that's gonna be our next question. So,
Is it? Okay.
Paula, how about yourself?
Okay, so my first one, I don't want to. I want to start by saying I don't want to say Avengers because obviously I'm looking forward to Avengers. So I want
You
to
just
give
said
some,
Avengers.
yeah. So but it doesn't count towards my three. I want to start with Hellboy because I like that series even like from the beginning. I'm a fan of Guillermo del Toro. And just like his monster, his like fixation with like
You know, Guillermo del Toro has nothing to do with this one, right?
What?
He has
but
nothing to do with this.
oh, sorry, no, I know that, but like that's where my
Okay,
interest
okay.
in Hellboy started, and I'm curious to see how what direction they take it because from the trailer it looks similar for lack of a better word, like the monster. The way like everything looks stylistically kind of looks like influenced, I guess, by Guillermo del Toro.
I was surprised how similar it looked. Like
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
feel like people could look at that trailer and be like, "Oh, this is the third one."
Yeah, and well, side note about that, it's
It's
funny
not the
because
third one?
No.
It's just
no,
start over
Reboot,
again,
yeah.
new story.
and Ron Perlman is really upset about that.
Maybe he should have done a movie then. Like,
Well,
he
no,
was the one kind of holding it up before.
he was
so-
he was trying to apparently.
I don't know. I don't believe
Okay,
it.
well, what do we know? Until we get Ron Perlman on the podcast, we'll never know.
Next episode. It's
But,
on the lineup.
but yeah, so yeah, I'm curious to see how that turns out. David Harbour, I feel like, is a good choice to replace Ron, even though like Ron will always be in my heart. Hellboy. Anyways, too much about Hellboy. Second one is Spider-Man: Far From Home, which is weird for me because I don't like Spider-Man. I don't like spiders, which is kind of why I don't like Spider-Man. I do like Tom Holland, who's a really good Spider-Man. I feel like he's Aside from Tobey Maguire, he's my favorite one. Even though there's only
What?
been
You don't like Andrew Garfield?
it's fine.
I thought Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man and a terrible Peter Parker.
Nah. I think so. Yeah, you've mentioned that before, and then Tobey Maguire is a good No,
He's a good Peter Parker, but an okay Spider-Man.
and then Tom Holland is a good both.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Which is how I feel. And the third one, well, actually no, third. Yeah, so I already said it is Avengers, so I will. But what I wanted to say is I'm not looking forward to Dark Phoenix because sorry Jory, I'm not sorry, you won the sports episode. Like I'm starting to have a problem with the X-Men movies lately, like
But like every other one.
I liked Wolverine. Like I like.
Well,
I
like the
Logan was
Sorry,
fantastic.
Logan. Yeah, Logan was
Yeah, sorry,
great.
Logan.
That was probably the best superhero movie.
in a long, long time.
Like
yeah.
no ever.
Since Dark Knight, I would say. I would
Oh,
still
okay,
say
yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Knight's
yeah,
the
that's
better,
fair, yeah.
Yeah.
But like the X-Men movie specifically, for some like it just feels. It's hard for me to explain. Like it feels like nothing's really happening because.
It all just undoes itself. Like,
I mean like nothing is ever resolved, and like when they're fighting it's just like a lot of, you can't see me if you're listening to podcasts, but it's a lot of this.
he's
Can you
pointing
describe
at
what
his
he's
head.
doing? Because I don't
So
know. what
I'm
he's
like
doing.
I'm focusing really hard like with my eyes. It's just like there's beams like going everywhere.
The only thing I'm curious about that movie is like, how are you going to explain that Magneto almost fucking destroyed the world, and then is it just going to be like, oh, it's another
Oh, we're
sunny
friends
day.
again. Oh, let's play some chess. No, but and like also Sophie Turner.
I don't like her.
Huh?
I don't like her.
You don't like her? I mean, I like her. She's nice.
She seems
But
like a nice lady.
She's not the greatest actress, and the movie is centered around her.
True.
So
She works as Sansa Stark because Sansa Stark is kind of a naive idiot. And it's like she...
Well, it's kind of the same thing as Dark Phoenix. She doesn't really know what's happening to her, and like it's whatever.
There just hasn't
But, like,
been
I
like
just-
a good X-Men since
I
Logan,
don't
so
find-
that's why it made my.
But the thing that
Yeah.
I'm more upset about it is they're probably going to waste Jessica Chastain.
She's in it.
She's in it, and it's
Isn't
going to be
she
a
in New
terrible movie.
Mutants?
No, she's in Dark Phoenix.
Who's the one in New Mutants?
The other Game of Thrones actress, whatever her name is, Maisie Williams.
Oh.
And I think Anya Taylor-Joy as well. I can't remember. Anyway, talking about New Mutants, that's my number 2 for the year.
There you go.
Because it's basically just a horror movie in superhero form, is what I hope. It's probably not. It's going to be some bullshit. But I
It
feel
looks
like,
really interesting.
like, that's the one thing I like about Fox right now and X-Men. I guess it's been bought out by Disney, but like, they seem to just be making individual movies, and they don't really give a shit about how the world comes together as a whole. Like, the ones that are the worst are the ones where it's like, here's the main X-Men themes, but when they go off track with like Deadpool or Logan or New Mutants, it's like they could just make a movie. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. Joker would have been my number 1 because also just a solo movie kind of doing its own thing. And then number 3 was Hellboy, just because again, it's kind of doing its own thing.
Hellboy!
I thought I was gonna hate it, and then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
See, I think that's where I like differ because to me, like, I love the world building. I love seeing how like there's my Marvel fandom is like seeing the world they built over years and years of movies that came out in a certain order but then you had to realize that the timeline that they were portraying was not in the same order the films were released.
I appreciate that too, but like the when I start having a problem with it is when they're making a movie just for that.
Correct.
Like
yeah.
A good example is the whole Dark Universe when they made The Mummy.
Right.
That was just terrible. It was like none of this matters.
It's been
just
officially canceled, by the way.
well, yeah, good. none of what is like everything you're seeing. None of it matters. We just want you to know that this is the Mummy, and he's gonna have like all these other people later.
I think I take points away from the MCU because of how much they've made other people try to copy them unsuccessfully.
But isn't that the sign of like success if other franchises
But
are
even
trying to
within
copy?
itself, like, take a good example is Ant-Man and the Wasp. If Ant-Man and the Wasp would have came out in 2008, everyone would have lost their shit about it. It would have been fantastic, but we've just grown...
I love that movie.
It's fine, but it's
Yeah.
like it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same tone, it's the same type of movie, and it's like they're all good.
No, it was
And-
different.
No, but like for me, like listen, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that every Marvel movie is like a fantastic film. I'm just gonna tell you that if you put yourself in the right situation and mindset and you say, okay, I'm watching another Marvel movie, it's probably gonna have the same ebbs and flows, but I'm watching to see this character, how it fits into the timeline. It's all about,
And that's how I appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm
appreciate you
gonna
too.
cut off this conversation so we can move forward to another Marvel question that we alluded to earlier. Obviously, talked about Avengers: Infinity War. A lot of the heroes went away. How are they going to be coming back?
You go first.
Both of you guys have some ideas, Nehal and Jory, so I'll let you guys start it off here.
You want me to take this?
Yeah, you go
Alright.
first.
Um,
Nehal. Sorry, no one can see where I'm nodding.
So my biggest theory is that
thanks.
when Thanos did the snap, he wasn't aware of it, and none of the characters were aware of it. But secretly, and I'm not sure how, the universe actually split into two, which strongly supports the multiverse theory. And basically, when he snapped, he created an alternate universe, and that caused a lot of the characters that were that disappeared to be relocated to the alternate universe. So he didn't really kill them, but
He just moved them somewhere.
he just moved them someplace else, which kind of supports the whole the universe is too small for so many people when you create another universe altogether. So he created an alternate universe, and I feel like that's the reason why the people are in the alternate universe, and they're gonna try to work together to bring the two universes together. And that in turn kind of supports the whole Spider-Man being after Endgame.
So he kind of had like a change of heart, or he did it by accident.
That or the fact that when he killed Gamora, part of Gamora still existed in the Soul Stone, and she influenced
Oh
the
my gosh.
Infinity Gauntlet.
So that was going to be my question. When you walked out of Infinity War and you started like mentally masturbating about what you just saw, was that your thought process? Were you like, here's what I thought happened, or is that sort of the theory that you've put together after thinking about it over time and sort of reading a little bit about, you know, what's going on as they film the new one?
Yeah, it was the latter. I thought initially it would be something related to time travel, where the survivors would go back in time and try to correct everything. But at the same time, it feels like he would have predicted that. Thanos would have known that this would happen. And it goes back to what Doctor Strange said. There was like so many different possibilities that he may have accounted for time travel being one of them. But I feel like having an alternate universe and none of the people knowing about it, it's just an unfortunate byproduct, would be a more plausible explanation. And I mean, I'm a big fan of Reddit, and I think Reddit kind of makes
Shout
a lot
out
of
to
things
Reddit.
shout out. Reddit sponsor, future sponsor.
They don't need any more shoutouts.
Yeah, right.
So for me, I mean, when I walked out of Infinity War, I was pretty blown away and trying to wrap my head around what I just saw. And my original theory was similar to yours, Nehal, about the Soul Stone being involved and somehow that's where they became trapped. I think there was a big reason why, you know, Captain Marvel was like the bonus scene and like that movie's coming out first. I think there's a big reason why certain characters were left out of that movie. Ant-Man in particular, or Hawkeye in particular, were just completely left off. Oh, they're off doing something else. So for all we know, in the snap, they were killed as well.
Have you seen Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I missing something?
That explains where he was.
Okay. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Anyways,
You see the bonus
It's gonna
scene?
go into my what I'm gonna say.
okay, I'll let you finish off. Maybe I should have let you lead so I
That's
didn't
alright.
make a fool of myself. Anyways, to me, I think like what we're gonna see when Captain Marvel comes out is really how her powers are gonna rectify what happened. I do support the multiverse theory. The internet has basically taken a lot of photos and posted them online about what they're seeing, and there are some footage, photographs from filming that basically show you certain characters in the same place but wearing different outfits. There's footage of Tony Stark, I believe, in like a shield uniform. So there's a lot of confirmation that there's going to be a multiverse or a time travel aspect to the movie. For me, Captain Marvel and Ant-Man somehow going into the quantum realm, whether that's to pull people out from the Soul Stone or pull people out from this split universe. That's what I'm really interested to see how it progresses. Are we going to see two of everyone? And you know, multi-years apart, or are we just going to get like a little tidbit of that and then very quickly it's going to be rectified? I'm very curious to see in Endgame how much time is spent on explaining what happened with the snap as opposed to just like, okay, here's what happened, here's how we fix it, okay, we fix it, now here's the plot for the new things.
I would hope they explain it. I mean, half the community is just
Confused.
predicting anxiously.
They just continue on with the story as like nothing happened. They leave Thanos alone, everyone's dead, and then they just carry on.
Yeah, my thoughts on this, like, I'm looking at this from a very cynical business perspective of like, okay, what does Disney think is the best way to improve the brand and knowing what they have? And I think that they're totally going to go on a nostalgia trip of the first 10 years of the MCU. And like, they're going to use time travel simply as a way of just like, let's go back to the Battle of New York. Let's go back to when Iron Man became Iron Man and like all this stuff. So I don't know how they're going to justify it from like the world perspective, but it's just like some bullshit. We get to go back in time and relive everything. And then, yay, we saved the day. And that's my thoughts as far as it's go. And then they're going to have to somehow put they want Captain Marvel to be the center of the MCU stage. It's going to involve her doing cool shit because they need to get her pumped up for everyone.
Yours?
Yeah, I don't know enough about like Marvel canon to say to go into too much detail. I just think Paul Rudd, my personal hero, aka Ant-Man, is gonna do something about the quantum realm. They'll be in there somewhere.
I really hope like he's not quote unquote like Captain Marvel's gonna be the savior, quote unquote. I think everyone knows that. I really hope Ant-Man's a small part of it because like he's the most ridiculous character of them
Which
all.
is why he's the best.
Yeah, but which is why like it would be frustrating but also hilarious.
You always overlook the giant always overlooks the ant.
I'm not a big like canon, like I never really read the comics. I've read from the canon, you know, the Marvel Wikipedia websites or whatnot, just to like sort of wrap my head around what could possibly happen. But I know there's also rumors of like Endgame having a threat greater than Thanos. So some people think that's just another version of Thanos from this split universe. But there's also some, and I can't remember the names for the life of me, 3 or 4 different, villains that are like next tier up that they think are gonna be
Skrulls.
Yeah.
I have a question on that later on.
Okay.
And I think there's another thing that connects back to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. At the end credit scene when the golden chick, Adam Warlock, Adam Warlock is a big element in the Marvel comics and related to the alternate universes. So I think there may be an element to bring him in as well.
I think Captain Marvel is essentially going to play the role that Adam Warlock played in the comics, where Adam Warlock took control of the Soul Stone and was able to like free people from it. So I feel like there's an element there that's going to happen, but because there's like you don't need, like Adam Warlock's not here yet. He can't be here.
I just really, really hope that they're not trapped in the Soul Stone because that's just dumb. I feel like
I would love that. That would be my favorite Avengers 4 movie. Is just like Tony Stark thinking about how he fucked up so much. And
yeah,
that's just the
no,
whole
I
movie.
mean like
that's gonna be
that like I want that, but I mean like the fact that if he didn't actually kill them. They're just trapped in the Soul Stone. Like, I want them to be dead. Like, if they bring them back, fine, but I want them to be dead.
And Stark's stuck on Titan right now, right? Like, on Thanos'
or he's, like, in the ship.
Who's rescuing him? I think there's, again, like, they do a really bad job because of all the things that they do as a business to sell of, like, keeping things under wraps. So I know there's already been photos taken of, like, toys that are coming out. One of which...
There's a lot of Lego sets that have been out.
Right, so, like, there's toys that show Thanos with the Infinity Sword. So is that a part of it? There's toys that have, what's her name? Valkyrie, who is a big part in...
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, like, she's obviously got to be a part of it. And there's also, I can't remember if it's at, like, Disneyland or something, but there's a theme park that has a ride centered around Raccoon, about, like, Rocket's big rescue or something is the name of the ride, which would make sense. So a lot of people are theorizing that Rocket is the one who goes and grabs Tony Stark.
So that's actually how Avengers 3 got spoiled for me, because there's a scene where Ant-Man becomes Giant Man, and there was a toy that was released leading up to it of the Giant Man figure, like the Pop Rhino figure.
Right.
And then as soon as he was running up like in his little form, and he's like, I know what to do, guys. I'm like, this is going to be when he turns big.
Right. It's so hard to like stay away from that stuff, but part of it is like getting excited about it by reading those spoilers. Like I really enjoy looking into that stuff and trying to figure out what's going to be. And then sometimes, like, if I were them, maybe they're leading us astray a little bit on purpose, but likely not. They're probably just trying to sell more toys.
So I'm going to cut it off there, because we have a lot of other topics I want to get to. We're going to shift gears to another Disney property, Star Wars. And the Star Wars 9 is coming out. The entire franchise is a complete shit show right now. So I want you each to tell me 3 things that are definitely going to happen from a plot point perspective in Star Wars 9 coming out this December.
You start.
Okay. I didn't write these down.
I feel like we're gonna have the same ones.
I don't know if this is a good idea that Carson starts because he's probably just gonna crap all over everything that we're gonna say, but please go ahead.
So the thing I'm most interested about this movie is not for it to be good, is because they've written themselves into such a hole that they have to be as safe as possible and go back to what they've done previously in Star Wars, but they've already used all those up in The Last Jedi. But I think there's a few things remaining. I think they're gonna definitely have Rey, her parents are gonna be somebody, because everyone hated how it was a nobody. I think they're definitely going to have Kylo Ren have a redemption arc, do the whole Darth Vader thing. And then my third one is they're either going to bring back Snoke or Darth Vader as evil Force Ghost to battle Luke Force Ghost.
I like that one.
Wow.
I like that
Okay.
one.
That's cool, but I actually disagree with all of them.
Awesome. Go ahead. You should go
Well,
right now.
I mean, like, no, it's just straight. I don't think that's gonna be it. Like, I think Rey's parents are still gonna be no one. I think Kylo Ren is still gonna be bad. And my third, the one is I think there's gonna be some like cute little animal that
Sells a fuck ton of toys.
that helps the Resistance defeat the First Order.
So the Ewok thing.
The Ewoks will be back, but they'll be called like the Blinkblorgs or something. The Oogly Booglies.
For me, the 3 things or a couple things that I wrote down is, first of all, to like echo what Carson said, is Snoke really dead? So like in that scene in the battle room or whatever they called it with all the red knights or
Praetorian
whatnot.
elite bottle.
Thank you. Sorry, your nerd show's way bigger than mine. He basically said that like, hey, I set this all up. I knew that I was allowing you guys to communicate to each other. I knew that you would build some sort of personal connection, which in turn would bring Rey here. And when this would happen, like all the dominoes were gonna fall in a row. So if he's able to see that far, how did he not see the turn that was coming against him?
I think you're giving it way too much credit already.
Yeah? Okay. Well, like, he was, quote, cut in half, but, like, I do think whether it's as a Force Ghost or as some other form or
Maybe
even
he'll come
as
back
himself.
with Darth Maul legs.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I'm very interested to see Kylo, I think, will don his helmet again. I think they made too big of a deal of, like, Snoke basically belittling him and being like, take your helmet off, you look like a loser. And then he smashed it, and they zoom in on it and focus on it. So I feel like he's gonna come back with the helmet on, and they'll make a big deal about it because maybe Snoke's not around to make fun of him anymore. I'm very curious to see how much Yoda we see as a Force Ghost, how much Luke we see as a Force Ghost, and more importantly, like how much Princess Leia we see Carrie Fisher. I know that a lot of the footage she shot for Episode 8 is going to be reused. But how do they repurpose that to fit in with this new story if it's old footage? I also am thinking that we're going to see gray Jedis. So like maybe the final arc of this will be Kylo and Rey sort of like meeting in the middle. And that's just me theorizing. But I really hope that does not happen, like at all, because I don't want to see the switch that a lot of people predicted. One goes bad, one goes good. I don't want to see them meeting in the middle. I don't necessarily know what I want to see. I just know I want to see something better than what I've seen in the last couple Star Wars films.
All right, my 3 biggest things. I feel like a big element of this is just going to be Rey and Kylo. Very similar to the previous movies where Darth Vader and Luke kind of had that, join each other's side and the redemption arc. I feel like Kylo's going to try to influence Rey to join the dark side again, and it's going to be a continuous struggle to give up their morals and principles and join the dark or
So
the
he
light
will
side.
not be good.
I feel like it. It's like because
I agree.
he was good and he was going to turn back into a dark, and he's going to turn back into good. The second thing, which I think was heavily criticized, and these characters got a lot of criticism, was
The
Finn
ports?
Rose,
Oh, sorry.
Finn Rose and Poe, the little buddy cop duo. I feel like they're going to have their own little storyline where, like in the previous movie, similar to like C-3PO and R2-D2, where they're going to have their own little storyline and their own little adventure that kind of ties back into the movie and ties back into the events of the movie. Because I feel like that in itself can be its own, that may be spun off as its own movie. And the last thing because I love Star Wars for this. There's a big space battle.
Yeah.
Of course
Space
they're gonna do
battle.
Space battle. Like that
Fourth Death Star.
It's
What can they consume that's bigger than a sun?
They're gonna use a black hole and then move the Death Star will take the black hole into the Death Star and then shoot it at a planet.
But like 100%, there's gonna be like the run where like we just have to blast something really small in this little tunnel because that's basically what happens every time.
Or you know what? Last minute, Ewoks come with battle destroyers.
The Ewoks will go in the trench run.
The actual Ewoks, not like a new. So they
Ewoks
and then
will
they all
support.
die, so they get their own closure, like Han Solo did, and
Ewok Force Ghosts.
So I was saying like the things that I think will happen. I don't know if you guys ever saw the artwork for Episode 7 before they actually wrote the plot, and there was an artwork for Darth Vader Force Ghost. Didn't you guys see this?
No.
It was like half Hayden Christensen, half Darth
oh
Vader.
no, I did see that.
Because it was supposed to be representative of how his soul was torn between good and bad.
Yeah.
And I know they'll never do it, but I really want to see Hayden Christensen back. And I want to see like Hayden Christensen Force Ghost like on the good
You
side.
want to see Hayden Christensen back?
And Darth Vader on the bad, and it's like they can both fight as Force Ghosts. There's so much to
A little
do there.
Force Ghost battle would be cool.
It'll happen.
They can't do anything though. They can only
Luke versus Snoke.
they'll just dodge each other for 5 minutes.
Maybe Force Ghost can fight in real life or ghost life. I don't know. It's Star Wars. Anything's possible.
All right, let's move on. Ghostbusters 3. The son of Ivan Reitman, who made the original Ghostbusters, is making a new Ghostbusters movie. Who are going to be the new Ghostbusters? Any theories on this? I assume the casting is going to happen in 2019.
I think it's gonna be 4 transgendered actors.
What?
So
Is this? Are you? I can't. tell if you're-
Ghostbusters is the new like.
I don't know any. Like, so the last one, they tried to make a statement with the women,
Yeah.
and then I sound terrible right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Keep
Yeah,
digging
it's-
your grave. Let's go.
It's like they
fuck it, let's do it.
they couldn't just cast 4 white male actors because of everything that happened with like the female Ghostbusters. That said, I have cast 4 white male actors because I want the new Ghostbusters to be schlubby old people who can't really do any kind of action or are just like losers. So I cast I forget his first name. David Harbour. Yeah. Jason Schwartzman,
Ha!
Adam Sandler,
Amazing.
Bill Murray.
Okay.
That's my Ghostbusters. Because, like, the whole spirit of the Ghostbusters is, like, they're here to save the day, but they just really want to make a little profit and be famous.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I can't speak to a lot of Ghostbusters lore or what have you, but like I wouldn't be surprised to see like a little Donald Glover action in some Ghostbusters. Yeah, to me, I'm not too versed in what's coming with this movie, so I'm basically gonna pass the buck to the other gentleman in the room. But I wouldn't be surprised to see not transgendered actors. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. Gay, straight, transgendered, wherever you may be.
I
on
didn't
the
say that as a
spectrum.
bad thing.
No.
Name 4 transgender actors.
What?
Name 4 transgender
I didn't say I
actors.
could name 4. I just said there would be. Okay, no.
There might be.
Maybe
No.
they do. Maybe as you alluded to with like the last movie where it was the all-female cast. Maybe they do a mix: two male, 2 female actors, a little white, a little black, maybe a little Latino. I'm not really sure. I'm sure it'll be a great movie and calling back to the Ghostbusters of yesteryear.
I feel like that's the safe pick is to not have like an all black cast or an all female cast. Like you look at the new Men in Black, and I really thought it was going to be women in black, but it turned out to be Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, and that's just like you got to mix. It's fine. Like you didn't make it a movie about diversity and inclusion. You just cast 2 good actors that happen to be inclusive.
I think just on the sole fact that they're in everything, I think the 4 Ghostbusters are gonna be Chris Pratt, The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Jaden Smith, because Will Smith is gonna use his
Leverage?
his leverage somehow to sneak him in there, and he's gonna ruin the
I
whole
would
movie.
hate that so
I
much.
actually don't hate the Rock theory because like he doesn't say no to anything. Like,
Neither
look
does
at
Kevin
what he
Hart.
does. Like Kevin Hart doesn't say so there's our two black actors is The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Or like The Rock could be anything, really.
yeah. Yeah.
Nehal, what are your actors?
So I didn't do much planning to this, but I imagined, what if Ghostbusters was directed by Michael Bay? And
Then
I
I
felt
would
like,
watch it.
So
Mark
it would be
Wahlberg-
my cast.
or Justin Lin, but I was thinking The Rock, Idris Elba, Mark Wahlberg, because apparently he loves Mark Wahlberg,
Oh yeah.
and maybe Jason Statham.
Make it Megan Fox.
Yeah, let's put a Megan Fox. in
They're
there.
okay now. Make Michael Bay and Megan Fox. They're friends again.
Yeah, but like The Rock, Idris Elba, Jason Statham, and Mark Wahlberg.
I would.
That's like the
That's
fully
like my
macho.
worst case scenario.
The Rock is getting a lot of love right now.
I hate The Rock. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
You know,
Rock
okay.
and his Seuss train.
Side note: we had an argument before about between The Rock and Vin Diesel, and I think I actually concede that your points were right about Vin Diesel.
Wait, can I
Like-
go ahead? Sorry.
Yeah, no, just Vin Diesel is actually in better things than The Rock.
Yeah, because as I just mentioned, The Rock literally doesn't know how to say the word no. He says yes to every movie.
Pop
However,
quiz for everyone. What's the best movie The Rock has been in?
Scorpion King.
Enough said right there.
I just want to
Let's-
clarify, you don't hate The Rock, you hate Dwayne Johnson? Because that's two different people.
Fair.
Walking Tall.
I hate whoever is making his movie decisions.
His
Whether
agent.
it's him or his agent or anyone else.
Money talks, man. Money talks.
No,
WWE didn't pay
Walking
him.
Tall. No. The Rundown is his best movie.
I liked Walking Tall. I thought that was actually decent.
Yeah, that's alright.
I would also say
No, but the Rundown is the with Sean William Scott, where he's like a bounty hunter. He's trying to take Sean William.
that was his
Scott.
peak early in his career and it's just been downhill ever since.
Whatever.
Okay, last question, then we're going to move on from this segment. Pick an intellectual property, so something like a video game, a book, or something that does not currently have a movie greenlit for it, that is going to get a movie greenlit for it in 2019. What do you guys think?
All right. So for me, I picked 3 IPs that are all based on video games. All games I've played, all games that while playing, I was like, this would make a sweet movie. So first of all is Uncharted. There's been, I think, 3 or 4 video games about it. If you haven't played the game, you know, it's a first-person adventure, explorer, action, you know, problem-solving, puzzling. It'd kind of be like almost like an Indiana Jones type movie with some more gun battles, perhaps. That would be interesting. I really think the game The Last of Us would make an incredible movie.
That's in the works.
It's in the works?
I think.
I've heard rumors about that. I don't think it's greenlit, but yeah, I think it's in the
I think that would be an incredible movie. The game itself almost plays like a movie.
It is a movie.
It is a playable movie. And lastly, I think God of War would make an incredible movie. All this being said, there's literally one video game that only anyone wants to talk about. I don't know how they'll make it into a movie, but at some point there's going to be some stupid Fortnite movie. Like 100% there will be some sort of Fortnite Netflix series or whatever. Like the game's having an in-game concert tomorrow with DJ Marshmello, whoever the hell that is.
So I've actually completed all the challenges for the DJ Marshmello theme.
So you're tuning in tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
I mean, I'm supposed to have lunch with my parents tomorrow, so yes, definitely I'm going to the garden.
Nehal, what do you think?
I thought one of the biggest IPs in development, and I actually liked the first movie, was It Chapter 2. Apparently it's being developed in 2019. I really enjoyed both novels, enjoyed the first movie. Really looking forward to what the much older group of kids do when they come back and how they kind of tailor the story.
I'm
to
looking
it.
forward to the Old Spice guy.
What?
The Old Spice guy.
Is playing the young...
He's playing the older
or
of the black kid.
Yeah.
And Jessica Chastain is in it.
Yeah, it's actually like James McAvoy's in there. Like it's really fast.
Whoa.
You
I've
misunderstood
never-
the question though, because it's stuff that isn't announced yet that is going to be announced.
Has never been a movie before.
I don't have anything for that. But I guess the one video game movie that is, well, not in 2019, but it's kind of been announced and is producing. Apparently, there's going to be a Gears of War movie.
They've been
that's
saying
gonna
that for a
come
long
out.
time.
And there's going to be a Call of Duty movie in 2020, and the director of Sicario 2 is going to be directing it.
Should have left the 2 out.
How do you do a Call of Duty movie that's like not just any war movie? Like that's all it's gonna be.
Well,
so.
it is going to be a while.
Yeah, I know, but like that's when you're making a movie off of IP.
How do you
you're
make it
gonna-
a video game movie?
right? Like
They're
it's,
going to have the first person section like they did in Doom.
yeah,
That was a great.
They're gonna do the Normandy beach landing, but in first person.
yeah, sure. I mean, I'm fully in. Let's do it.
So the one thing that I think will happen this year, and I think it's about time, you got Detective Pikachu, you got a Sonic movie. I think the Zelda cinematic universe is going to come this year.
Who would you cast as Link, and Zelda, and Ganon?
I would hope it's animated.
The first thought that came to my mind was Zac Efron. We were talking about him earlier. That'd be a terrible idea. I don't know.
Hey, bro, let's go save Zelda.
Also, what's the kid who's playing Spider-Man?
Tom Holland?
Yeah. So there's a movie coming out this year with Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. It's like a young adult book that's being made into a movie.
That's
And
literally my list
one
of
of
movies.
those.
Daisy
Yeah.
Ridley is like blonde, and it looks really weird, and it's like, I could see.
So there's your Link and Zelda.
Yeah, they're sure.
And Ganon will be The Rock.
The Rock. Oh yeah. So for mine, I think Community, the TV show. If anyone's ever watched
Yeah.
it, one of my favorite TV shows. Because they prophesized that they were gonna get 6 seasons. The only thing left is a movie.
Yeah.
And they should get a movie, and I want them to. And they'll bring the whole cast back. Chevy Chase will come back. Him and Joel McHale will bury the hatchet. They'll make their movie, and I'll be so happy.
Joy and Abed.
In the morning.
And now I will awkwardly edit while we go take a break, and it'll come back real time.
Are you recording that? What you're great.
Just kidding. We're not going to go on break. We're going to keep talking right away.
What?
So we're going to do a rapid fire question to get to know our guests a little more. And because I know you guys love Marvel so much, we're going to talk about Marvel some more.
Yeah, Marvel.
So I have 5 quick questions for you. Paulo, feel free to get in on this or not, or just take my beer if you want.
I'm opening it for you.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'm really just looking for you guys to give me an answer here, and don't explain it too much. Just give me the answer and let the answer speak for itself.
I'll do my best.
First question. Cast Adam Warlock for the MCU.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas J.
The Rock?
The Rock.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Wait, no, not Thomas Jane. Who's the guy in The Mentalist?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
Is that a TV show?
It is. We don't talk about that here.
Drink. True.
Second question. How will Nick Fury die? Samuel Jackson's getting up there in age.
Yeah, he's got to die sometime soon.
Someone's gonna pluck out his other eye, like Kill Bill style.
No,
You
that'll be like, you can't get rid of that character without whoever, either Thanos or like this next greatest threat being the one to directly take them out. Like if he wasn't sucked up in the snap, there's got to be a plan for like an actual like killing off at some point by someone really relevant.
He makes an amazing speech that inspires everyone and then gets attacked by a shark.
Nice.
Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
First, we're gonna plug up this hole.
Next question. So the next big villains of the MCU is going to be the Skrulls, who have the ability to hide in human form. So which human character has been a Skrull all along?
Captain America.
That's a bold choice.
Hey, poster boy.
I guess you couldn't classify Loki as a human character, so it's got to be someone literally from planet Earth.
Hawkeye. He doesn't have powers.
Yeah,
They
he's
could
just
do whatever
he's
they
just
want.
a great shot. I really don't foresee that happening, but sure, Hawkeye, why not?
Okay. One thing we see in the Marvel comics a lot is you bring a character back with a different version of it, like a gender bent character in a different race. So when this happens in the MCU, because it probably will at some point, recast / gender bend a role for the universe.
I was thinking Iron Man because apparently there's a lot of theories of Catherine Langford in that show's 13 Reasons Why. She's supposed to be Iron Man's daughter from the future, but I feel like she's going to be a recast Iron Man or Iron Woman.
Yeah, I could see an Iron Woman happening. I could see there's a She-Hulk at some point. I think there's going to be some big arc in the next movie. Obviously, I think we all know about Hulk. I don't know if that's one of your questions later, but I think there's a lot of theories about it being the version of Hulk that I think is called Professor Hulk, where it's a cross between the Professor himself and the character of the Hulk. So he's as strong as the Hulk, but as smart as the Professor.
I think there will be a Wonder Man played by The Rock.
That's DC.
I know.
Last question. What is the best costume in the MCU?
The best costume? I'm a big Thor guy, man. Like, I just really love Thor. I also have to throw up for Guardians of the Galaxy. I just really love the aesthetic of both of those movies. All characters involved. And I'm a big fan of Rocket. and his homie Groot. And I think you could see a big version of Groot coming soon in the next movie as well.
You guys?
War Machine, hands down.
Yeah.
I've liked War Machine more than Iron Man ever since I was a kid.
Which War Machine actor?
No, but before there was an actor.
Oh.
Yeah.
But which one would you prefer?
Oh, Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
He was in a Kendrick video.
Yeah.
Probably Iron Man. I don't know. Iron Man's gone through so many different costumes, so many different suits. Could come up with a cool
I feel like the
Thanos
suits
buster
are getting too technologically advanced.
Yeah,
I
but
liked it better when it
They're
was
becoming
metal.
too not like suits.
Yeah.
Nice Thanos buster purple suit.
Thanos Buster.
Okay, cool. That's all the questions we had for that one. We are going to jump into our next segment. This one, we are going to be giving movie pitches based on dreams we had. So basically, we had a dream. Now we're going to pitch that as a movie to a film producer. So I don't know how each of you interpreted that one. We probably are each going to interpret it differently. But Jory, how about you start this off with a dream you had that you want to turn into a movie?
Sure. So I can't remember the exact age I had this dream. Let's call it like early teen years. I used to play a lot of Sega Genesis, little PlayStation 1, big fan of fighting games. So, you know, I think at that age, a dream was a function of something that you just like kept front of brain all the time, something that was relevant in your life. So playing a lot of Mortal Kombat and a lot of Street Fighter. I had a dream once, basically running through a never-ending labyrinth or staircase where around every corner was a different character from this fighting game. You know, we'd break off into the little rooms, the stages from the game. We'd have our fight battle. You know, it'd be Sub-Zero 1 second. We'd have Sonya Blade the next, Little Jax. Next thing I know, I'm fighting Ken. And to me, it was this one of those dreams where it's almost like that you're falling down a black hole that never ends. So around every corner, it was just another character over and over again. To me, I don't know like where the plot of this movie would go, but I think a movie based around that, where you were taking a lot of different IPs and smushing them all into one.
So it's like a Ready Player One, where it's like reference after reference after
Yeah,
reference.
exactly. And I actually really did enjoy that movie. That's a great call out, Carson, as well. Where, yeah, exactly, reference after reference, and you're just continuously battling these characters. Could I tell you what, like, the goal is or why this was happening? No, I was probably 12 when I had this, so, like, I honestly haven't thought about this dream too much since then.
So are you thinking, like, a live-action version of this, or are you seeing them in, like, their original form, like, that they were in, like, the original video game?
At the time, when I had this dream, they were 100% the cartoony characters, however many bits were on Sega Genesis, like, that's what it was. As a live action film, that's how I'd love to see it now. I loved, and like I'm probably gonna catch a lot of flack for this. Like I love the Mortal Kombat movies.
I thought you were gonna say I love pixels, and that's where this.
No. That I would expect you to take me out of the apartment we're recording this in. I love both Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That was an IP that I think didn't get served as much justice as it really deserved, and I think they could still do more with it. So maybe my dream is the next version of Mortal Kombat.
So, are you the main character of this?
In my dream, I was 100% the main character of this. In the movie, I know the listeners can't really see what I look like as a physical specimen right now, but like that would not be a movie anyone would buy into, that I was gonna fight all these characters. I think it would be incredibly interesting to see, you know, your classic action hero going through all of these battles and sort of making his way through the labyrinth, probably to save a princess of some sort, because that's usually how these things work.
Is it going to be The Rock?
To be honest, I almost said The Rock, but I think we've name dropped him too much.
I'm gonna try really, really hard not to say him for the rest of the podcast.
Who's like your big villain?
I mean, probably Goro, Mortal Kombat Goro. I mean, like Street Fighter doesn't really have like a big villain to get to at the end. In Mortal Kombat, you had Goro, or
What?
there was.
M. Bison?
Okay,
Well,
that's fair. That's
oh.
fair. But like Goro has multiple arms. He's much more intimidating to me than M. Bison.
Wait, did he say Mortal Kombat?
I said Street Fighter too.
Oh,
like it was a
okay.
combination of like there was some Tekken
No,
tag.
I
characters
mean
in
like
there.
Mortal Kombat. I thought you said Mortal Kombat didn't have a big villain.
M. Bison made me smash some controllers, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I envision, you know, your Scorpions, your Sub-Zeros, your Goros. I mean, it's really a tough question for me to answer because, again, this is a dream that I probably had after staying up till 2 in the morning playing Mortal Kombat, and I just fell asleep thinking about Mortal Kombat.
I envisioned this segment telling everyone a lot about ourselves unconsciously.
Yeah, unconsciously, that's sort of like me representing and manifesting like my fear of never-ending things, and I really like finding answers in life. So I struggle to run down this never-ending stairwell where at every turn there's some battle to have. I mean, internalize that how you want. I think we're getting too deep for a movie podcast.
I did have two dreams that I was going to base a movie on, and I went for the one that's going to tell less about me. So.
Yeah. when we finish the podcast, I want to know the other one.
Is that it? Anything else you want to say there?
No, that's really it for me. I mean, in my head, it sounds way cooler than it would actually probably. Yeah, it'd be cool as a movie, but in my head, it was one of those dreams where I definitely woke up scared for my life and thinking that I had just conquered the world.
I see it as like a hardcore Henry type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you have the stomach for it.
Very similar to that.
Nehal, you seem ready to go here, so how about you give us your pitch?
All right, perfect. So my dream, which I had a couple of months ago, and kind of developed, is actually I wanted it to be more like something I experienced. So something very point of view or POV, very similar to what you mentioned, Hardcore Henry. I love that movie. It starts off with me kind of opening my eyes and being on top of a roof, and I'm being chased by these evil people. I jump off and everything turns black, but I wake up again. And I suddenly wake up again and I go into this chamber only to be attacked by a bunch of nightmares like zombies, ninjas, evil monsters, and I die, but I wake up again. And I'm attacked again by these monsters and evil ninjas, and then I learn how to defeat these monsters and I eventually win. But then I die and I wake up again and I face different
You died in your
nightmares.
dream?
I died in my dream.
You know that
But I
means you
woke up.
die in real life.
Maybe not, but I wake up and I face different monsters, different evil creatures, different fears that I have in real life, like zombies, creatures, heights, darkness. And then I get up and I keep doing this until I'm able to defeat all my monsters, and eventually I feel more confident. I have a lot of skills, and I develop a set of skill sets, and I'm able to destroy every monster or danger that I face. Eventually, I see this light in front of me. I go ahead and I walk into it expecting the next monster. But what I see is myself and a bunch of other people around me. And I find out that all of this was a test by a secret organization.
Sweet organization.
Secret organization that was testing me in my dreams to create the perfect super soldier. And the final test is to face a clone of myself who has the same strength and the same weaknesses. And at this point in time, I'm so disgruntled and I'm so done with all of this that I decide not to fight myself because I feel like that would be an unending and a perpetual battle, that I decide to convince him to join forces and break out of the prison. But obviously this is like a continuous fight because I'm fighting evil people, assassins, and ninjas. But we decide to escape on the roof, and we're going into this epic shootout scene, John Wick style. Me and my clone face off against a horde of evil people and ninjas. We face off against the top assassins, and then we're chased onto the roof. And on the roof, I turn around and I can't see my clone, but I'm suddenly chased by these random people that give me a choice, either to come back into the test and become the perfect soldier, or to jump off the roof and die. Then I decide, I had enough of this.
To jump off the roof and die?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? At the start of all of this, I was in the roof and I was about to jump off and die. And I made the same decision to jump off and die in the start of the movie. And I decide to jump off and I get up and I'm in the same place where I was at the start. But in my bed. But am I in the same place? And then leave as a cliffhanger.
I can see this playing out as exactly how you dreamed it.
Exactly.
How many times, Paulo, did you think about Scott Pilgrim versus the World when he was talking about that?
Okay, only once. Maybe like 1.5. Like the clone part
Yeah.
was one.
Oddly enough, there's a movie coming out similar to that this year with Will Smith as an assassin fighting other Will Smiths.
What?
Just an FYI, that's coming out, directed by Ang Lee, who did the first Hulk movie. So anyway,
It's gonna be terrible.
Are you playing yourself in this one? Are you casting an actor as yourself?
See, I wanted to leave it mysterious, like just like Hardcore Henry would be.
Oh, it's just like from your view.
Yeah, so it could be anyone. It could be. I wanted the person who's watching the movie to feel that they could be themselves in the movie, and it could be anyone. It could be a girl, a guy, a big guy, short guy. It could be anyone.
I mean, I think most people dream in first person, right? So
True.
it's a little difficult to probably think about it outside the box.
Actually,
I cast someone else as myself.
Okay.
But so for the people that you're running from, are you looking at this kind of like a Smoke and Aces type thing where there's like real personality, or are these just kind of like miscellaneous people that you're running from?
I'm looking at miscellaneous people that I'm fighting in each step of the way. Just random people that just pop out and I fight them. But sometimes I die. It's kind of like an Edge of Tomorrow scenario.
Oh, that's
where
pretty
Tom Cruise kind of dies, but wakes up and then learns how to fight, and then it gets better, and then he passes each test.
I feel like Edge of Tomorrow is like the best video game movie.
Video game.
But like, it's kind of like a video game. Like,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. It's the
Yeah.
best version of a video game.
I mean, that's kind of cheating because it's not a video game, but it is the best. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I find it interesting how like the dream kind of it didn't end with the conclusion, because when I woke up from that dream, it was bound to repeat itself. So it was like this endless loop.
Will there be a sequel, or you just leave your audiences?
Or,
like-
or
leave
you're
them
at the
hanging.
end and then you go to a white room and it's the architect from the Matrix.
See, that's the thing. I didn't want to leave like there's no end to it. There's no finale. It's
you just
just
wake up.
Have you ever
an
had
endless
this dream
dream of
again?
nightmares and suffering.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. It's dark.
But that's how it is.
That's how dreams are.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go next because I'm really excited for mine.
Okay.
Okay. I want to try to visualize this for you guys. So, this movie takes place in Toronto. I think each of you have probably been on the King streetcar at some point. So this is where this movie starts. And imagine walking on the King streetcar. You look around. You see other people. Like, I mean, all of us kind of people watch a little bit. So imagine you're kind of like just scoping out people. And you're riding down the King streetcar. You can see to your left and to your right the sights and scenes of Toronto. And off in the distance, you see an explosion on the left. And everyone's like freaking out, like, oh my god, there's an explosion over there. And it's kind of, there's got some electricity and a little blue to it. And everyone's like, that's kind of fucking weird. Like, I've never seen an explosion in real life, but this looks different. And then all of a sudden, you see an explosion to the right. And then you see an explosion up ahead. And all of a sudden, there's explosions going all around, and you see ships descending from the atmosphere. And then there's someone who's trying to text us on his phone. He's trying to get in touch with his loved ones. And then he says, he can't, like, phones across the streetcar have been cut out, and he says, communication disruption can only mean one thing: invasion. It's played by the same actor who says it in episode 1. Anyway,
Wait, what? Who? Oh, invasion.
I'm making an episode
Yeah,
1
the old
reference here.
bearded
Yeah.
guy.
So all of a sudden, the streetcar gets lifted off the ground. You're getting sucked into an alien ship. And then as you're getting put in there, they're saying, you know what, all right, we've taken over your planet. We want to do some experimentation to get to know your species a little bit more. And for this particular group, we're going to put you in a deathmatch competition with each other.
Did you say
all the
death
ran-
mess?
Deathmatch
I heard death
competition.
mess.
So all
I
the
also
people
heard
that you might randomly run into on a streetcar, think about the old people, the young people, the average people who are just on
It's
the streetcar.
just your streetcar?
Just that streetcar.
Okay.
There are 32 people on the streetcar, and they think, hey, people on Earth, they like brackets, like sports tournaments, so we're going to do one-on-one deathmatch with each other, and you proceed, you get to go on to the next round. And then they've put the first 2 people in the cage, and they're like, I can't kill someone. Like think about if you were put in this situation. Like,
Yeah.
could you kill somebody? And so they unleash alien monsters that kill them in the most vicious way possible. That's painful and horrendous and terrible. And it's like, okay, the more sane, like the more helpful thing to do is to just kill someone normally. And so think about all the different people that you would see on a streetcar now being put into a situation where they have to kill each other. So the people that I've cast for this, in the lead role, playing myself, is Scoot McNairy.
Who?
He is the paralyzed guy from Batman vs. Superman.
Why him?
Because just an average person. It works better if he's like,
Give yourself some credit.
I don't want like a Tom Hardy because he would just kick everyone's ass. Like Scoot McNairy.
The guy who they hide the bomb in his wheelchair?
Yeah. Okay, so there's also going to be like a sort of romantic interest that he's teaming up with, and it's going to be Anya Taylor-Joy.
Okay.
Because I think she's good in these type of movies. And then there's going to be two people who are getting into it way too much that it's like all of a sudden they found out they like killing people.
The
And
Rock
it's going
and
to
Kevin
be
Hart.
Shane from The Walking Dead and
He's-
Ben Foster.
He's good for... Actually, they're both good for that role.
And then there's
But
also
also
going to
The
be a mentor type character who gets killed off, and this is going to be Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
Because everyone is sad to see him go.
It's
Like,
gonna be really sad.
you get Jeff Goldblum in a movie, you're like, I want to see him till the end. But
You're
he's gonna get-
manipulating feelings right now.
Exactly. It's like you discover how real death is when Jeff Goldblum gets killed in front of you because
Absolutely.
you expect him. Also on this streetcar are Jackie Weaver, who played the old lady from Bird Box.
Yeah.
You're going to have Raffi Cassidy, who played in movies you never saw.
Drink!
That's fair. Ugh. We're also going to have Lakeith Stanfield, who was in... what was that movie with the call center with Stephen Yeun?
Call center. It's like Sorry for Bothering You or something.
Sorry for bothering you.
Stephen Yeun was in that?
Yeah.
I should watch it.
John C. Reilly, Constance Wu, and Jacob Tremblay.
You did a great job of casting this film with like the characters you would see on transit, said from a guy.
But
who's
also, it's
never
a
been.
very. It's not rush hour, is it?
No.
There's very
But
few
imagine
people on
The
the street.
streetcar isn't going anywhere.
Imagine you've been put in like an octagon cage with Jackie Weaver, and you're like, you guys got to fight to the death. And she's like, you know what? Like, I don't want to die with these vicious monsters. You have to kill me. Like, how do you do that?
I mean, if that was the case, I'd be. That's actually easier than killing like
But like,
Constance Wu.
how do you do it though?
What's the fastest?
How do you end someone's life? Like, do you right now in this room know how to end somebody's life?
Carson, with all due respect, I thought
Do I have a
had
knife?
issues.
But
Yeah.
that's the problem that's been put forward. I think that's interesting to kind of explore.
You said you picked the one that says the least about you. I think you're wrong.
Anyway, the way that this movie's going to end is that obviously our lead and our romantic interest kind of escape, and they realize that there's different like pods within this alien ship where it's like this was the death match, but there's another one where they're exploring mating, and there's another one where they're exploring like learning things, and so it's like
We just drew the short end of.
Yeah.
We boarded the wrong streetcar.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were on the Dufferin streetcar.
That's the movie
504.
tagline.
Anyway, that's my movie there.
Right day, wrong streetcar. Coming.
That is definitely the poster. You thought
How was it the
delays
right
were-
day?
You thought delays were bad.
You thought wrong.
Oh my god.
It was, I think, semi-inspired by the scene in Fight Club where Brad Pitt and Edward Norton get on the bus and they're like scoping people out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's mine. Paulo?
Wow. Okay, so let me start mine by saying this idea of the segment was born out of a dream that I had last month, which is going to be my idea. But there was also another recurring dream that I have, which I thought would have been cool, but I didn't want to go with it because I felt like too standard. Also, a side note, we all have very violent dreams, apparently. So the other one that I was thinking of was that this dream is that I'm in my high school, and for some reason it gets attacked by like Uruk-hai, the super orcs from Lord of the Rings, and like they're climbing ladders to get into the school and like kill us. And then all I remember from that dream is hiding under the desk while one of my friends gets eaten.
What was high school like for you?
It was pretty similar.
Yeah, I thought so.
But so like the dream that I really felt like would lend to this idea is no surprise for myself. It's a zombie movie, but there's a few key things about this zombie movie that like I guess stood out in this dream. So one, at the very beginning, so every zombie movie has the beginning of the carnage, and this one is in Vegas. This character, it actually wasn't me. This character is in Vegas for a family trip. I don't know why. And you know the end of Ocean's 11 when they're all standing in front of that fountain, the shooting
Yeah.
water. So they're all there. The family's there. There's all these tourists, and then there's some sort of explosion, some sort of event, and the main character blacks out. The main character wakes up and like things have gotten going. Like there's fires everywhere, people are on the ground, and then main character looks into the fountain and he sees like people floating in the fountain. And one of those people is Anna Kendrick. I don't know why it's specifically Anna Kendrick. And I think the idea, like the movie idea, is that she's like such a small and like funny, nice person.
Wait, is it Anna Kendrick in real life or is it Anna Kendrick
It's
playing
Anna
Jessica
Kendrick.
Rabbit?
So I don't. It can either be actually Anna Kendrick for some reason
I
she
think
was as
that's
big
better.
as, or like Anna Kendrick playing someone. But I think it should be Anna Kendrick. And like the main character wakes up, he sees like her in the fountain. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys wake up! Like something's going on. There's like fires and explosions everywhere." And Anna Kendrick, she wakes up like the whole like Dracula sit up thing, and then there's like a person next to her also waking up, and then it's like focused on her face, and she's like shaking off the shell shock, and then she just lunges into the other person and like starts ripping them apart, and it's like. For some reason, this was a big deal for me because it's like such a tiny, nice little
It's
girl.
a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and it's like she's been in Pitch Perfect.
Yeah,
and now
great movie.
She's ripping out this person's windpipe with her teeth.
Amazing.
And then, so the main character is like, "Holy fuck, what's going on?" Anna Kendrick just ate someone. So he runs and he gets saved by these people. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like the whole getaway scene movies. They escape to a house. They hide out in the house for a little while. Bird Box style. I actually had this dream. Actually watched this dream. I actually had this dream before watching Bird Box. But, so they bit my mind. So they're hiding out in this house for however long. They see, like, it's a kind of a montage. They see, like, outside society crumbling. But the thing is, these zombies are not, like, mindless zombies. They're like rage zombies, but they're still coherent. Like they're still smart, so they can make plans. They can set ambushes. So they're like they look outside the windows every day and they see like the zombies like rounding up humans to like be slaves or whatever and taking them away. So it's like the zombies, they don't look any different. They're just crazy. You could walk up to a person like they'd not know if
They don't have like the classic blood coming
no
out.
no until they like attack you and then they're just like feral.
Have you been thinking about this since the Apocalypse podcast?
I think Paulo's always thinking about zombies.
For some reason, I don't know. I watch a lot of zombie movies. This is always on my mind. But like this was like, and also in this dream, I had this dream as if it was a movie. It was really weird. Anyways, so. They're hiding out in this house, the characters. There's something happens, they give themselves away, and then the zombies attack the house. 3 of them escape, and then they go and they start walking into like they start pretending that they're zombies, which is not very hard because everyone looks the same. But like if they have to come across someone like a regular person, and then they like bump into each other like slightly, they have to just like maul that person because they're like these zombies are just like triggered immediately like. Violence for no reason.
We all need therapy.
Yeah, I know. And then they get like they kind of get funneled into the zombies like it's like a net. It's like an underground trench, and all the zombies are taking all their human prisoners into this trench. And then these people are like, "Oh my god, we can't." Like everyone's walking this way. If we leave, it's gonna look weird. So we gotta walk and just everyone keep it cool. Let's pretend to be zombies still. So they go in, and then there's like tests, like to prove you're a zombie. They get past that somehow, like through some clever.
It's like an emotet situation.
Like a what? Oh, emotet.
Emotet.
Yeah, kind of. And then they get through the whole trench. They get into like the nest of the zombies, and it's this giant coliseum underground, a la Carson's dream. But. The 3 people left are like sitting in the Coliseum, and the zombies are making the remaining humans fight each other to the death just for their own entertainment. And then it's a line, and then slowly it like for some reason it's almost their turn to fight. I don't know why, because they're pretending to be zombies, but someone's gonna make them fight, I guess. And then when it's their turn, they're like, "We can't do this. They'll know." So we got to do something. And then the main character is like, he stands up and he's like, for some reason, he noticed that there's other people in the crowd pretending to be zombies. and he feels like there's more pretending than actual zombies. So he's like, we got numbers on our side. I have an idea. Let's do this. So he's like, he gives a weird speech about like, guys, I know you're pretending. If you're pretending, put your hands up. And like everyone puts their hands up. And then they're like, guys, we can't do this. Like, we outnumber them. We should stop this. But then the twist ending is that they all don't care. And they actually really like being like
zombie.
bloodthirsty. Not zombie, but like they like not holding back and just killing people whenever they feel like it. And then they just eat the main character.
So what does this say about you and your thoughts on humanity?
You know what? I'm not really sure.
I think it says quite a lot.
Yeah.
Last thing I was going to ask everyone about this part is give us a title for your movie. Maybe Paulo, since you're on topic.
I'm gonna go last.
What would my movie be called? Man, that's a tough one.
Brain box.
Brain Box, that's yours?
No. It's called Zombie Kendrick.
Zombie Kendrick. Mine would be called Death Labyrinth or
Death Labyrinth.
Yeah, like to me, like to reiterate, like it's just this like never-ending stairwell of fight after fight after fight, no end in sight. So it's definitely just like Death Maze. I don't know. There's a lot of movies with. Yeah.
Oh, mine would be Oscar bait, so it would be called The Monster Within.
Nice.
Wait, who's going to be your lead character? Is it you, or is it?
No, for some reason I saw like Michael Cera and Jonah Hill in that movie. So one of them. No, Jonah Hill is the main character.
Fair.
Is there gonna be a McLovin character in there?
No.
Nehal, you got a title for yours?
I don't know. I feel like because it's such a POE movie, I don't want to make it a specific title.
Hardcore Nehal.
That's a different movie altogether.
I feel like
And I'm watching it.
You guys just met.
I feel like it could just be because it's a test to make the perfect super soldier. It could be Subject Zero. That's it.
Subject Zero. I like that.
Make sure it's not like Patient Zero, the other movie that I watched.
I was going to try to think of some streetcar joke for mine, but I'd probably call it like the 504 to hell.
Yeah, that is the streetcar joke. Shout out Toronto.
Guys, can we jump on this whole comics universe bandwagon and make like a crossover universe?
Yeah, like
Combine all the
crossover?
movies. I mean, we're all fighting in them.
They
Yeah, we
abduct
all-
people, put them through a death labyrinth, and then like turn them into zombies, and
But it's
Anna
all a test to
Kendrick
make
eats
the
someone.
perfect super
Yeah.
soldier.
there we go.
We're all troubled.
And it turns out they weren't zombies. No, wait, that didn't happen.
It was just a test.
All right, well, we will end off this episode as we usually do by giving some recommendations for some movies that we're each looking forward to. So, each of you, what are you looking for coming out in the next month or so?
So you brought it up, and little spoiler alert. I don't pay enough attention to upcoming movies. For me, I keep a bookmark of what's coming out week by week, and I sort of play it that way. So when you let me know that this was going to be a question asked, I sort of started looking into the future. The one that really stuck out to me was the one you mentioned with Holland and Ridley, Chaos Walking. Premise on that I read. A boy in a world with no women, all living creatures can hear each other through something called noise but not speech. To me, that just, sounded interesting to me.
I mentioned this?
You mentioned Holland and Ridley earlier in the podcast are doing a movie together. And this is what you were talking
yes.
about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it was called, but yeah.
Okay. I'm also sort of looking forward to Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic movie.
Isn't that like October?
Yeah. You said in the future. You didn't tell me when
1
the
month
future
in the
ends.
future.
Okay, my bad. That basically comes from I recently saw the Queen Bohemian Rhapsody, and I actually quite enjoyed that.
When is Chaos Walking coming out?
Sorry, are you gonna tell me that that also doesn't fit in?
Well, no, like I'm trying to help our viewers like kind of plan their movie schedules based on the recommendations.
Chaos Walking. That is not a website. Bear with me. Chaos Walking, March 1st.
That's pretty quick.
So that's coming soon. And then the third one I wrote down was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is the upcoming Tarantino film.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Which is supposed to be, from what I understand, like his final film.
Is it like a murder?
No, he's gonna
mystery
make
type
10, and this is his 9th. So
Okay.
he's going to make one more after this. And I think it's coming out on 9/9/2019. Because
So
he's
mad.
really into numbers since Hateful Eight.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the three for me really, outside of the Marvel movies we talked about earlier and all the superhero stuff, because I'm a nerd. Yep.
Cool. What about you two guys?
So I like a stupid movie every now and then. Just a movie that doesn't make any sense, but
Hey, me too.
yeah, you just need that one of those. And one of
Is
the
that a
movies,
Rogue One reference?
but one of the movies I'm really looking forward to. Well, not looking forward to, but I think I might enjoy watching just on the downtime. It's called Cold Pursuit. It features Liam Neeson. I feel like it's gonna be a really shitty
God.
Taken ripoff movie.
It's
Apparently,
like all his movies.
Yeah, like he's
pretty
literally
much.
typecasted to
It
take
sucks because he's a really good actor.
And I feel like and it's coming out on February 8th. It's supposed to be about the Liam Neeson, who's a snowplower, goes through the death of his son and goes after all the bad guys in a snowplower.
it. Wow.
Which
I think
Sounds like
that
the
kind
movie
of
Snowden.
influenced my dream a little bit because there's a scene in the trailer where he's like choking somebody and then he's like, oh, I'm done, he's dead. And then the guy comes back to life and he's like, oh, I gotta choke him again.
Yeah.
And it's like somebody who is trying to kill who doesn't know how to kill. It's like, that's my favorite part of that trailer.
so it's like Taken with snow and a snowmobile. Yeah.
My favorite part of that trailer is Emmy Rossum.
Who?
Emmy Rossum?
Shameless?
Yeah.
This is a TV reference.
Drink.
Me?
You said Emmy Rossum.
You said something about Marvel a little while
Pass
ago.
the bottle.
Okay, here you go.
Thank
I didn't know if you just wanted more.
But
It's
yeah,
pretty
shitty Taken ripoff. It's a good.
Fair.
Side note, I was just thinking about that movie. Like I saw a trailer about it recently, and it's just like typecast to the max.
The thing that annoyed me the most was the music. When they did
Painted Black.
was it?
I don't
Same.
know.
There's a song like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a song where they just fucked it up real bad. And I was like, that's a good song. Don't-
It's where they make every punch hit each beat.
On,
Yeah, I don't
on a
like that.
side note, there's a movie coming out with Matthew McConaughey called The Beach Bum, made by this really shitty director. And they've decided to incorporate 2001: A Space Odyssey soundtrack music into it. But
Drink.
okay, first of all, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
No, not
is a
that.
very classic movie.
Talking
Okay,
about-
Beach Bum, sure,
Yeah.
fine. But anyway, I'm like, they started it's a shitty movie, and I'm okay with it. Make a shitty movie if you want, but they brought 2001: A Space Odyssey into it, and it pissed me off because it's like, don't taint 2001 with your shitty movie. And it pissed me off.
You're still gonna watch it.
But not in theaters.
You don't go to theaters.
Anyway, Paul, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Hotel Mumbai, starring Dev Patel, who was in that Tiger movie. What's it?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden
No.
Dragon.
Something.
Wasn't he
About
also
trying to find his
in
parents.
Slumdog Millionaire? Or am I?
I think- yeah, he was.
Yeah.
What's the one
Lion.
Lion?
Lion.
Wrong animal. And also Jason Isaacs, who played Draco Malfoy's father, and Army Hammer. For whatever reason, I cheer for that guy, even though he's.
I hated him, but he's turned into a pretty good actor.
Yeah, and he was in Free Fire, which was a good movie.
Yes, fantastic.
But yeah, it's another true story about a hotel hostage situation, terrorists and stuff. And that's my jam.
Cool. So what I'm looking forward to is every year, I'm going to throw out another TIFF reference. They play you can buy one movie ticket that gives you the 5 nominated short films. So you can buy a movie ticket for all the animated short films and then all the live action short films at TIFF Theater that are nominated for the Oscars. It's actually something I look forward to every year. That's you don't really get a chance to see these movies anywhere because they're not posted on Netflix. They're not anywhere else, but there's some really cool short ideas that are presented and I think are really fun. So that's coming out sometime in February now that the Oscar nominations have come out. I'm really looking forward to it. I would encourage a lot of people to go to, if you're just looking for something new and fresh to go see at a movie theater. It's really interesting, so I would definitely say go check it out. I have no idea what they are, but I'll find out when I go see them, I guess. So that is it for our episode. Thank you again for those of you on social media. We didn't have any winner for our pitch competition, which wasn't a competition. But you can let us know in the comments which ones you thought was the best.
Wait, quick shout out. We've reached 100 followers on Instagram.
Did we?
Yeah. And this is not counting the, like, Janet 12345 that has, like, naked pictures.
I feel like we have like 50 of those.
I've been blocking them. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. But we've hit 100 followers. Thank you, all 100 of you. I don't even know if you guys listen. But follow at Houston. We have a podcast on Instagram.
And help us fight against NASA's Houston We Have a Podcast.
Yes,
We'll be
build
the
our
best.
following.
Thank you guys, and tune in again next month. Thank you.
Bye.